sports and everything else, and she put you on the spot as being a guru.
He is.
Lakers,
Trust me.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
They can sign him?
Yes, they will. And
They will sign him? Why do you say that?
Well, basically because he's the Lakers free agent, they can offer him $30 million more than any other team, and plus an extra year, and it's kind of hard to turn down Los Angeles. His other options, they say, are Houston or Dallas, and those aren't as appealing to me. So.
Well, at the bottom line, you saw the embarrassment that he did yesterday. That was embarrassing.
I mean, he got his emotions get the best of him.
Oh, come on. This guy's making, what, $24 million?
Close to that.
What did he do?
He's 7'2". He got thrown out of the last game of the season in the playoffs because he decided to be Superman. Oh, I'm sorry. That's his nickname, Superman.
Yes.
Now the bottom line is, are the Lakers, who happen to be an elite team, you don't quit the Lakers. You never leave the Lakers, right? This guy could leave, keep on going, and just turn left at the bridge because he's a disgrace. Now, I used to be a big Dwight Howard fan. Used to be. But if it's all about the money, would he sign for less with another team? No. So you think he's all about the money?
It's an extra year plus the extra. If it's 20 to 30 million. So I don't see him turning that.
And do you like Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
Greatest basketball player you've ever seen play?
Biasedly, yes.
Yeah. You ever seen a guy named called Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
You think he's better? You seen him play? How old are you?
No, I've
12?
18.
Oh,
but
18?
no, I've never seen him play. I've obviously seen highlights.
You ever seen a guy called Dr. J play?
Yeah.
You seen him play?
Highlights.
How old is this guy? I want to check at the door. Because I saw him play. I'm 51.
He's a good player.
Good
you
player.
just gave away your age, Freddie.
Good. I'm not ashamed of my age. Good player. This guy happens to be the greatest. Now, don't get me wrong. That guy over there thinks that Kobe's a great player, too.
Yeah, he is.
In my opinion, MJ runs rings around Kobe. That's how good MJ was.
They're comparable. They're both similar players,
comparable.
same height.
What it is
same
that
fundamentals.
the difference between Kobe and MJ is that MJ was a leader, and Kobe he's better now, but he's never been a team player. Every center that plays with him, including Shaq, what they win, 3 rings?
3, yeah. And then 2.
And they hated each other. Kobe used to take Cartwright. He took anybody that they gave him and made him better. So anyway, so your Lakers are out. So who you gonna be rooting for now?
Whoever plays the Heat.
Oh, you hate the Heat too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big Heat fan either. Don't like the Heat.
In terms of, also I like Golden State. They're good. They're a good shooting team.
Golden State.
Yeah, they beat Denver yesterday, take a 3-1 lead. But
I think Golden State comes out of the West. I think OKC and Golden State are gonna be
with the injury to Westbrook and
that's not. Westbrook was all that, but he wasn't. He's not the backbone of that team.
I think
that belongs to a guy named Durant. Is that his name?
It is, but you have to have. I think you have to have 2 elite players because last game I think Durant played all but 1 minute of the game, and you can't do that over 7 games. No, it doesn't have to be 7 games, but it's a long series.
NFL, which is your favorite team in the NFL?
I'm a Raiders fan, so it's not.
What are you? Are you from California?
Yes, I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
My sympathies. The Raiders. Who's going to be the quarterback to that team?
Whoa, we're a Jet team over here.
I feel that for you guys.
What are you talking about? I just dumped Tebow. You guys are probably going to pick him up.
No, I hope not.
We just got rid of Tebow. First of all, let me tell you.
That, so
yeah, you got
Tebow's gone. Tebow's gone. Thank goodness. Tebow's gone.
I wish that you were at Sanchez too.
You can't get rid of Sanchez. You're going to let this kid Gene, you're going to throw him in the Lions Den? No, it's okay. We're going to be all right.
Okay, him, since you're saying how I've seen people play, him I've actually seen play. He played my high school team.
Who?
Geno Smith.
And what do you think of Geno Smith?
He's good. He's athletic, but the problem with him is he doesn't want to be a scrambling quarterback. They said he was the fastest. He ran the fastest 40 in the draft for the combine, but he said he doesn't want to be like a Cam Newton type. Well, Cam Newton, but
let me tell you something. You know that thing in the front of you called the offensive line?
Yeah.
When you only have maybe 2 guys on that line that block, and everybody else, you learn to run.
Yeah.
You run and you run fast. So he may not want to run, but it's called survival.
Yeah.
He's going to have to learn to run. But I don't think he's going to play till next year anyway. Maybe 2 years.
I think he might have a chance to.
I think Sanchez. You know what it is on a football team when certain players quit on you.
Yeah.
and you can tell the difference between dropping a ball and not catching a ball. When they start to quit on you, or they're looking at the stats, you're gonna have a hard time. So, is it Sanchez's fault? Some of it. Offensive coordinator guy stunk.
They
Get
don't
rid
have
of
any
him.
receivers. They don't. The running back.
They got one receiver, so you dump 3 guys on him. Who you gonna throw the ball to?
Yeah, exactly. They lost their tight ends, the Dolphins.
That's right. The Dolphins might make some noise. I can't stand them either. But anyway, what about baseball?
Baseball, which team do I like? The
Yeah.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Jeez.
And Oakland.
Of course, the Oakland. It's funny. All those
Both those
teams have all those colors, and I used to play for. I used to make up teams when I was growing up,
Yeah.
and I called them the Raiders and the A's. It's just really strange. Hockey? Tell me the Kings.
Actually Sharks, but I'm not a huge hockey fan. That's why I'm the least knowledgeable of the 4 majors.
So you don't follow hockey at all?
A little bit, not to the extent of NBA and MLB and NFL. I mean, I know.
All right.
I know the Panthers are really bad.
Oh, please.
I would like, this is not NFL, but I heard that one of the players that played for Stanford came out as gay today.
Jason Collins.
Yes,
We were
Jason
talking about
Collins.
that last week.
He plays in the
That's
NBA.
one of the facts that I brought with me
Yeah.
today.
He plays for the NBA. You know what team he plays for?
He was on the Wizards, and also he played for
Good for the Celtics.
Celtics and the Hawks. Yeah.
And he's a center. And I guess Jason didn't have anything else to do, so he decided to come out and say that he's the first professional
active
to come out and say he's gay. Which the only thing that bothers me about that is, who cares?
I don't care.
I
But we
mean,
were
I
talking
don't
about
have to
that
play
last
with him.
week.
Yeah, like for me, the players, it would be somewhat. I know some of them, they might say, "Oh, I'm fine with this," because I mean, otherwise, like Mike Wallace earlier today tweeted that, like he doesn't understand why a guy would be gay or something. So I mean, obviously, not everyone's gonna feel comfortable around that situation.
Well, yeah, but that's true. I mean, a lot of people they feel afraid to play with players. But I'm gonna tell you, Mike, what's his name, Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
had HIV. I'm more afraid of playing with anybody else because he had some serious issues. And when he starts to bleed, it becomes a bigger
Everyone
problem.
evacuates.
So, I can see the sound over there. So he had some, how do we get along with that?
Right.
But that's a problem. But Jason Collins came out saying today that he's gay. Congratulations, Mr. Collins.
What about his twin?
I didn't even know he had a
I think
twin.
it's Jerron Collins. I don't really know him that
Gerard
much. about him. I don't think he's not
Listen,
in the NBA. So.
if it was somebody else, it was like, I don't know. If it was Dwight Howard that
right.
came out and said he was gay, I would say I expect it.
Well,
Why?
Because I can't stand the Lakers. The reason I don't like the Lakers is because, first of all, they get a lot of print like the Knicks do. And when the Knicks are bad, they get a lot of negative print. But the Lakers never get negative print.
They do.
Just get injuries. Oh, this guy broke his Achilles and his tendon and his finger and his arm.
Well, you can't say that this year. They got a lot of bad publicity this
Steve
year.
Nash is 107, and he broke his leg.
yeah.
So why should he be playing
Yeah,
anyway?
But the Lakers were bad
Oh,
this
please,
year.
they were bad. First of all, they had a team that was winning championships, and Mike and what's his name, Kobe decided, let's get rid of everybody. So when they got rid of the coach, which by the way, I
He's
found
pretty
out
good
today,
He had prostate cancer.
no, they didn't give him a choice to come back.
Because he announced in late 2000. Like I just read yesterday that he announced to the team in late 2011, which happened to be during the playoffs, that he told the team that he had prostate cancer. So I mean that might have had an effect of why he didn't return.
All right, this is a new concept to the board. That music mean we taking a break? No? Oh, the music was on the air. All right, no problem. We keep going.
Do some dancing? Or?
No.
Random dancing. That's what we're gonna do.
Debbie, take it easy. No dancing. Linda, Debbie's dancing, Linda.
Yeah.
No, we're still doing the sports set. All right, so Jason Collins is something, and then the girl came out. She said she was gay from basketball.
Yeah, Brittany Griner.
Number 1 pick.
That
How you feel about that?
it's not a shock to me, but
Most of the women in the WNBA are
no,
gay.
she's a special case. She's not.
She's a special gay.
No, special case.
Oh, special case.
because I don't know, she's not very feminine. If you ever watch her,
She
interviews.
reminds me of my son. The way she plays, she can actually play in the NBA.
No.
Well, Michael Jordan said that he would draft her. She's that good. Is she really that good? I've never seen her play.
No.
I think it's a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Is this the woman we talked about last week?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, second round. If she got picked in the second round, say most second round picks don't make it on the team anyway. So if you pick her, you don't really lose much, and you get all this media attention.
Well, let me ask you a question. You know who Sheree Wallace is? What's his name?
Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
He's about 107. He has a broken foot, and he played outstanding basketball for 2 months. I mean, simply amazing. You think she could take him on?
No.
Even in his present condition, he has a busted leg.
Physical, I mean, though he'd probably.
He'd probably smack her.
I mean, broken foot at all, he'd probably.
What about the other guy who doesn't play with the bad leg, and he's on the Knicks? I mean, the Knicks are like fossils.
Well, but the thing with them, their key players are still relatively healthy, so they're not in that big of a trouble. But if you cut a Knick, they don't bleed. Sand comes out of them. These guys are older than the wind. They win on experience. Yeah, I mean the guys that like I think Kurt Thomas, a lot of the guys that they have on their team, Rasheed Wallace even, they
cut Kurt Thomas.
Yeah, they didn't have big roles. They're just kind of there to give minutes here and there, but they're not like the difference between them and the Lakers is their key players are getting older. Where the Knicks, Carmelo, J.R. Smith, they're not old, so they're.
So who do you see in the finals? Now that the Lakers.
Well, the Heat have a pretty easy path to the East, I would say.
I'm sorry? Did he say the Heat have an easy path?
Yeah.
Well, they
do.
They destroy the Bucks.
I mean,
they wait till they play the Knicks.
I think the Bulls could, just because the Bulls are a tough team, they could give them a
no,
run.
the Bulls are gonna smack them around,
and then the Knicks are
gonna finish them off. It's gonna be a bloody mess. It's gonna go 7.
The
Knicks
Bulls.
Knicks in the Heat.
Yeah, it could.
The Bulls are gonna lose in 7, and Sir James is gonna have to play lights out because they're gonna go after him hard and strong.
I say the Heat beat the Bulls in 5.
Nah. I don't think so.
It depends.
I think it'll be
you bet on this? Just out of curiosity?
I would bet on it.
I would
not in 5.
I would bet 7.
Say 5.
I would say 7.
Well, let me tell you why. Because Miami has a week off of playing basketball, so they're going to be healthy. Dwayne Wade is
Dwayne Wade ain't never going to be healthy.
He's getting healthier. He's getting a week off. He didn't play the last game.
He needs an
operation.
operation.
You have LeBron James. So
you have LeBron and you have Bosh.
The Bulls are without Rose, obviously.
And well, no, they say that Rose might play.
Yeah,
which I think is just publicity. But
if Rose played, you remember a guy who used to play for the Knicks? It was a center called Willis Reed.
Yes.
And remember what he did against the Lakers?
Yeah.
And Knicks were down 2-0, and he came hobbling out there. And he hit Will Chamberlain in the teeth. And the Knicks won that series based on that man limping out there.
Yeah,
so
but this is a different time period.
No, it's not a different
Rose,
right? It's all the same.
I don't know I mean, he's been cleared to play since February or March, but I don't know if it's mental or because I mean a lot of these guys when they're not afraid to go full throttle and when they're back because they're not comfortable. He's never had an injury like this, so for him he wants to take it slow, but I don't see if your team's going against the Heat, who they've almost beat, like in 2011 they almost beat the Heat, and now I think they're a better all around team with him, if Rose is in the lineup. So I think they'd give him a chance, but I don't think he's gonna play.
Okay, and you can call in 888-565-1470. Let us know what team is gonna win the NBA championship. And all you Heat fans, just take it easy because we don't need to hear from all of you at the same time. I know you have a good team. You have the best team money could buy. But everybody else, give it a holler because you never know. You never know. Yes, I know that. But you're a Heat fan, yes?
Whatever.
Do you like basketball? Do you know what a basketball is?
I know what a basketball is, yes. I can pick it out between a football and a baseball.
Are you sure? Now you know
Sure.
you're supposed to throw it in the basket, not kick it
Yes.
through the field
The
goal.
Heat aren't
All right.
winning
No,
the Super
the
Bowl or the
basketball is
World
where you go to the
Series.
Super Bowl, right?
Now let me ask you a question. You ever see? Now that you brought this up, do you ever see the women that wear the garter belts? What's that called? The garter belt football thing? The
Lingerie.
Lingerie football.
lingerie. Boy, I can see you guys know it really well. Lingerie football. You ever seen that?
I know about it. I've never actually. I don't.
Ever
know
been
if
to a
it's on
game?
TV. No.
I got tickets. I'll give you one.
All right. Sounds
Right in
good.
the box in the bottom.
Sounds good.
Okay. And you take pictures for us, and you bring it back. We'll play it on AMP2 TV.
All right.
That he says yes.
Is there-
He don't care what team he's gonna go watch.
Is it a local team? Because I've never. I don't
Miami
know.
has a very good team.
Oh.
Now, mind you, I don't know how they play, but they're very good. You understand what I'm
There's
saying?
yeah, there's a big difference.
That's how that works. The
Puppy
puppy
bowl.
bowl. Is that what they call it?
No, that's a.
Oh, little dogs? Okay, you have too much time on your hands. You can watch us on amp2.tv. Gio in Tampa is doing the production tonight. We're using a new format. It looks really sharp, looking good. Unfortunately, everything else I did today on a different format did not work. Thank you very much. All right, getting back to sports. Now that you are the expert,
Yes.
let's talk a little baseball. You like baseball?
Yeah.
Arizona Diamondbacks. You should be ashamed of yourself. But anyway.
First place team.
Ryan, tell
Yeah,
them
that's because there's nobody in the division.
about the Facebook page you managed for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, tell us about
Well,
that. Tell us
It
what
was
you
an
do.
interesting story. I made one of their players, the first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. He didn't have a Facebook page.
You made him a Facebook
So
page.
yeah, I took a little. I was a little curious, so I made a page. Tried to like publicize it a little bit, and after about probably a year, I got about 3,000 likes on Facebook.
Do you know how hard it is to get 3,000 likes?
I don't even have 100 likes.
It's really hard to
But
get
you got it
3,000
for a
likes.
player who did not have. Did he tell you to do this? for?
No. I wish. He
Okay,
would.
now I'm a little confused.
And then it got disbanded. So.
But for the couple of years it was up, it was a really good site. It was well
but
managed.
he was doing it without the guy's permission.
That's why I got taken
That's
down.
like federal regulation. As a matter of fact, who is this guy? How did he get in here? That's like against the law. Can't do that. Don't
you know
say
what? On
this.
Facebook, people do that all the time.
Anyway, moving on. That's pretty good. If I ever need for you to do something illegal
He's
on
really
Facebook,
good.
I'll look you up.
It doesn't have to be illegal. He's good with social media. To get 3,000 likes, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely. Listen, we have a Facebook page called AMP2 TV Productions. Give me 3,000 likes. I don't
Okay.
even pay you.
All right, I'll try.
There you
It's
go.
not-
Let's try and get something legal to work on. But that's a good thing. So you're into social media.
It
Yeah.
helped that Paul Goldschmidt is a handsome man, too, to bring some of the female fans on board.
Is he?
I think.
I can't be the judge of that.
well,
but-
I was the judge
and
of
he's
that.
he's an up and coming player, and basically when I started at the perfect time because right when I started it, he was just like he hadn't even gone to the majors, like he was just about to get to the majors. So once he was there, my page was already up. So when people, the first thing they searched when they searched his name, it came up.
Okay, now let me get this right. You know nothing about baseball, but you know something about this human being.
Only because of Ryan, not because I'm well educated.
Were you?
in
Did you
sports.
like? Did you like the page and all that?
Yes, I
And
participated.
you participated
in
in
this criminal
but you don't.
activity,
But you
yes.
don't know anything about baseball.
Well, it was fun. It was fun to watch him get all these likes.
The
And all these comments
Let me give
and-
you a word of advice. Don't listen to her.
one of the
He didn't. He did it on his own.
One of the funny things that happened, I actually got a private message from the account, and it was some girl like that. She wrote down, or she gave her phone number. She's like, and it was like, call me. Like I have a boyfriend, but he won't mind, or something like that.
She contacted
she'll
you.
make an
Yeah.
exception
Man, I'm in
for
the wrong
Paul
business here.
Goldschmidt.
Believe this? This kid's getting hit on an illegal Facebook page. This is unbelievable. I see. So, do you do any other illegal activity during your off time?
I don't think I should mention that.
Thank God. See, now you're getting smart. All right. So let's talk a little bit. Well, I guess sports.
Football.
Well, we got the draft. You don't know what we're going to talk about the draft.
I like to talk about the Super Bowl. That's a
The
great
Super Bowl
day.
it passed already.
Yeah. It's
No,
not-
but it's
You
coming
know
up
who won?
again too.
Do you know who won? It's coming up again. They haven't even started preseason yet. Def is coming too. I don't want to talk about that either.
I like the Giants.
Oh, you're a New York Giants fan.
Yes,
That's
I
nice.
like Eli Manning. I think he's really good. And it turns out a girl in my class is dating, what's his name?
Her brother?
No, the defensive end, Jason Pierre-Paul's.
Yeah, Ryan's getting his autograph on Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think he led the league.
Yeah. No, they lost the other African.
Humaniora.
Yeah. Where did he go? Titans?
Atlanta. I think.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
I also like the Cleveland Browns.
Of course you do. What's a Cleveland Brown? Is that a football team?
I believe
They
so.
often frequent the Super Bowl.
It's funny.
No, you ruined it, Ryan. I was
The only
gonna
time
ask.
you look, the only time you know that there's a football team in Cleveland is when they show. Right before the Super Bowl, they put the movie. What was it? The Piccolo story.
was setting you
what
up,
was
Ryan,
the
for
Cleveland
that.
Browns story? It was Gale Sayers that ran for the Cleveland Browns. Gale Sayers, right? Ryan's song. But he was a Chicago Bear. Piccolo was a bear. I think it was. Wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's the only time they put the Cleveland Browns. It was a Gale Sayers ran. And they put the movie on. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know there's a team out there. All you hear is crickets by the lake.
I was going to ask if Rob Chudzinski is going to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. That's what I was going to ask Ryan.
Who in the world is Ron Chudzinski? Who's that?
He's their coach.
It's supposed to be.
That's their new coach? I think he should get a new name. And we'll go from there. What do you think about the coach from the Cleveland Browns that he wants to know?
I was just if he was going to take them to the Super Bowl.
He may.
The
But a name like that, how can he?
Yeah, he'll buy his players tickets to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking the whole bus to the Super Bowl. And treat you to some popcorn. I mean, you can actually see the game with anybody, like everybody else. You ain't playing in it. Hey, come on. You know the Cleveland Browns. I love you in Cleveland. If you can hear us, don't turn us off. But, the bottom line, get another
It'd be
sport.
funny if they do this year go to the Super Bowl. Then you'll be eating those
If
words.
the Cleveland Browns goes to the Super Bowl, I will personally buy a front row ticket for one fan, if that happens.
They got to the Super Bowl about an hour ago, I think.
They drove there? Because that's the only way they're going to get there. Where is the Super Bowl next year, by the way? This year? Will anybody know?
Meadowlands.
Yeah, it is in New York.
Ah, I'm glad you brought that up.
It's in New York in January
Oh,
or
boy,
February?
I'm going to tell you, Swift
That's what
there.
they
That's why I brought it up. It's at the Meadowlands.
What are they going to wear? Oh, it's closed?
They're going to wear their
It's not
uniforms.
closed. It's just a new stadium, so they want to show it
But
off.
everyone's going to freeze.
Yeah,
That's right. It's going to be
That's
called
why
the Ice Bowl.
Miami, the city of Miami is trying to get extensions to their current stadium so they can host it again. I mean, I don't think they need it, but apparently the NFL.
Well, I heard that Miami is in a lot of trouble because they wanted to get monies to fix the stadium and they were turned down.
Well,
Oh, were
'cause
they
the
turned
whole
down?
it's because the Marlins thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to bring up.
Marlins,
How
yeah.
much time we got left? That's what I wanted to bring up. Fallon? Okay. We have the Marlins coach, or the owner of the Marlins. There's something that's
Loria.
unheard of. Did you hear what he's did?
Jeffrey Loria, yeah.
Double header of a baseball game?
How he switched the
Yeah.
the
You know,
rotation.
normally you ask the senior pitcher, what
which-
game he wants to pitch.
Exactly. That guy is just.
and the owner switched. He wanted to pitch the first game. He made him pitch the second game because he wanted more people in the stands.
I just feel bad for Marlin fans just because last year the whole, get us a stadium and we'll sign up, we'll finally start spending. They spent for 1 year. They had a bad season. I mean, it wasn't a great season, but then they give up on the team, sell their entire team, and now no one can name 5 players on that team. They're the worst team in baseball.
Well,
the New York Mets.
That's right. I'm a Mets fan, so you know how long I've been suffering.
yeah, it's not. That's,
I mean, I've been suffering a real long time.
At least you're not a Yankees fan. Ryan probably would walk out if you were.
Why? The Yankees ain't that bad. I love
No,
the Yankees.
I
You
don't-
got a Yankee fan.
I don't like the Yankees.
Who's a Yankee fan? Of course you are.
All
Tell them what you call the Yankees.
the Bankies, the New York Bankies.
Well, the bottom line is, listen, don't be. Well, you're not a Heats fan. You're a Heats fan? No. Okay. Money buys teams, and sometimes money buys bad teams. And the Marlins signed my Reyes. Reyes was
Yeah.
my favorite player.
Right.
Now he gets everything he deserves. Karma is really, really tough because he went to the Marlins,
He's gone now.
and now he went to Toronto, and Toronto stinks
And
too.
he's injured too.
And he's injured.
Yeah.
What other justice could there be?
But I mean, I don't know if he really wanted to leave the Mets, but they didn't really give him a good offer.
Well, that's
and
because-
the Marlins overpaid for him.
That's
so.
because the owner of the Mets was not a very bright. I mean, he's a very bright guy. He wasn't a very bright businessman, and he lost a lot of money in that.
the Madoff
Scared tomato. There you go. This kid is pretty good.
I told you.
He's
I don't bring any amateurs here.
Well, this is
Look at this. Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, you can watch us on amp2.tv. You can call in 888-565-1470. Talking a little sports on the air.
If I say I'm bringing an expert, I'm bringing an expert.
Listen, when it comes to you, when you say you're bringing people, she wanted to bring 400 people in here. Alimony reform. I told her that's got to be a security breach somewhere.
No, it wasn't 400. It was like 10.
It would have been 400. They opened that door. There was a bus outside.
Double decker.
A triple
from
decker.
London.
Never seen one like that. Anyway, let's take a break. I want to thank you for coming in and giving us a little bit of your expertise.
Thank you.
And we'll do some other futuristic sports stuff with you. Freddie's a little off today because he had finals, so he didn't. We'll talk about that when we get back.
I gave finals. You had them, I gave them.
Yeah, there you go. Opposite.
I had a 2.5-hour final.
And then he didn't call.
Whoa. We'll talk about it after the break.
All right, let's take a break and we'll come back. Gio in Tampa, we're taking a break. We'll come right back. See you on the other side.
Jeff DeForest for my good friends at Dynamic Surface Solutions. If you need anything covered, walls, floors, countertops on any size job, only one place you need to call. Going to give you a personal cell phone of my good friend Freddie, who together with the lovely Rosemary has put together something really special at Dynamic Surface Solutions. 347-245-6012. Again, 347-245-6012. Dynamic Surface Solutions can handle any size job, and they feature new covering ideas and technology at a fraction of the price of other companies. Micro-thin porcelain, floor and wall coverings, with a huge selection of tiles, granite, stone, whatever it is that you're looking for, they have it. And with their interior designers, they can take you from start to finish in no time flat. Beautiful job and even more attractive price. Dynamic Surface Solutions features never seen before granite tiles and furniture for commercial and residential jobs, and they can do it all. Call for a free estimate. Let Freddie and Rosemary turn what you have into a palatial look at unreal prices. Floor and wall covering jobs, whether it's a small bathroom at home or a giant mall, you're responsible for at incredible prices. At Dynamic Surface Solutions, 347-245-6012.
Folks, when facing the decision to choose a nursing facility for yourself or a loved one, whether you're prepared for that or not, it can be one of today's most difficult decisions. When you, your spouse, or your parents need short-term rehabilitation after leaving a hospital or long-term care, choosing a facility for placement could be one of the most difficult choices you'll ever make. But it doesn't have to be. For such an important decision, what can help you the most is a provider that's always ready to give you the knowledge and trust you need to make informed choices with confidence and peace of mind. That's why you should call Hamlin Place of Boynton Beach at 561-582-3000. The friendly and professional staff at Hamlin Place are waiting now to help you make the best choice you can based on your loved one's individual needs. Just call 561-582-3000 and schedule a visit to Hamlin Place so you can learn about the many programs they have available. At Hamlin Place Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, they offer excellent courteous service and delicious nutritional meals in a clean, modern, and comfortable setting provided by their compassionate, caring staff of physicians, nurses, and therapists. Call Hamlin Place at 561-582-3000, where they can actively involve the family in the recovery process to restore the maximum level of independence in the shortest possible time. Call today, 561-582-3000, or come to Hamlin Place, where caring is our way of life. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv. The first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV.
This is Health and Wealth Radio, AM 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach, and WKIS HD3, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Turn out so I can hear it. All right, and we're back. Put a little music in the soul. You can watch us on am2.tv. Calling number 888-565-1470. I like that. Nice stuff, guys. Very nice. Very nice. Get us rocking and rolling a little bit there. Did you want to put something from the last set you wanted to?
Well, he hasn't answered me yet. When he does, I want to mention Ryan's blog. He blogs his sports, and you know, as handicapped as I am in talking about sports, I'm worse talking about cooking. So I really want to learn here because I need to improve that.
Well, that's a good segue. We have Chef Falan Taylor.
Fallon.
I thought it was like Alan.
Fallon, yes, Fallon with an Allen. With
I'm
an A.
horrible
We
with
just
names.
told you how to say it like 30 seconds before we came on.
I know, but I am hard. Listen,
Yes.
I coached him forever, right?
Uh-huh.
And the kids, because I could not remember their names, they used to put tape on the shirts, the helmets, the hats,
Oh my goodness.
and write their names in.
That's so funny.
I'll call you Chef Taylor. How's that?
That's fine.
Does that work?
Yes.
All right. In studio today, we did this so that as a gift to Debbie, so someone can teach her how to cook a little bit.
I'm sure John will appreciate that.
I'm sure he will.
He's coming up here to pick me up.
That's
because Ryan
fantastic.
drove me here.
That's fantastic. We could put John on the air. Well, Housewife Cuisine,
Yeah.
which is was a popular cooking show. Chef Taylor was head of all that. You actually were the pioneer to cooking shows on the internet.
Yes, I originally started doing just webisodes is what we called it back
Webisodes.
then. Webisodes.
Now,
Like
Puerto
a-
Rico, you never
Well,
get
yeah, they
away with a
call it that
webisode.
Still.
Webisode? Webisode?
Webisodes.
What's a webisode? Webinar?
It's
Because a webisode sounds... My executive producer, what's a webisode? Yes? She don't know either.
yes.
Oh, I see. An episode on the web. Okay.
Wasn't that obvious, Freddie?
I have no idea what a webisode is. But anyway, I'm sorry,
Internet
Chef Taylor.
lingo.
And you were saying? Housewife...
I don't understand you sometimes.
You know, this show gets
You
out of
guys take
control after
something
7
here
o'clock.
Before I got here, I don't know. I missed some good drugs, I think.
Absolutely not. We are taking the show to another level.
I think he had a little scare today, is what is going on.
Oh, no, I had a huge scare, but we'll talk about that at the bottom of the hour. I want to get to Chef Taylor's...
Yeah, I need to hear this. I need to
No,
learn
we
how
will.
to cook. My kitchen is like a, an unused room in my house.
Oh wow.
So it's clean.
I'm like Carrie Bradshaw.
I heard that when you walk into your kitchen, it squeaks from lack of usage.
No. I mean, I make little things, but no big, meals. I mean, if anyone ever cooks in the house, it's my mother when she comes over.
Oh, okay. So, Chef Taylor, you had this cooking show, and you taught people how to do simple...
Yes, I originally started as a cooking demonstrator. I used to work for companies like Kraft or any type of big
That's a
name
big
brands.
company.
Yeah, I used to do cooking demonstrations featuring their products at the commissary on base in Sigonella in Italy. And I ended up hearing about Food Network doing an audition for the next Food Network star, their first season. And I had just given birth. So I was about 6 weeks postpartum, and I wanted to get my audition tape in. So I sent it in, and I didn't get a call back, so I was pretty crushed. And after our tour of duty there, we ended up moving to Texas. And I had decided that I was going to go ahead and give it a shot again. They were pretty popular. It was a very successful first season. So I auditioned for the second season. I didn't get it again. So I was determined to make my own. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I have what the public wants. So I did. I created an online web series called Housewife Cuisine on YouTube. And it was pretty much a hit overnight. I started getting phone calls from like Inside Edition and other companies and people wanting to interview me, talking about how the web series is now, going from cooking online to just teaching people online.
Now, when you did this show, you carried it on your website?
It was on YouTube. And then
All of it was on YouTube?
Yeah, it was all on
It wasn't
YouTube.
even on your website?
No, I would link it.
Okay, so you linked... Okay.
Right.
And when people saw the shows, these were tape shows you did?
Right. My ex-husband at the time used to film and edit the videos for me.
Okay,
And
okay.
I would do the setting of the set and the food styling and the promotion.
Have you ever done this live where you? What's the name of the old lady that sings that does the?
Paladine?
That's one. I'm talking further older. One of the
Betty
cook chefs.
Crocker?
That's really older.
Julia Childs.
I did a couple
Betty
of live
Crocker.
demonstrations.
Yeah. So you do live demonstrations and you can actually film it so that people can call in. Don't be laughing over that. So people can call
You
in.
asked for an older
Betty
chef.
Crocker. I should have known. Baseball, whatever. So people can actually participate in the show.
Actually, I didn't do it live streaming like how we have
Like
the
we
live
do now,
streaming
okay.
now. Right. Back then, it wasn't as prominent as it is today.
Okay.
Today, I would do that if I
And why
came
did you
back.
use the name housewife?
At the time, I was a housewife, and most military spouses generally are there to help their spouses' careers and be their, foundation for whatever they need. I, on the other hand, had bigger dreams. I wanted to be like the CEO of my own corporation. So I started with basically a terminology for infusing everything that I had learned by being overseas and my upbringing.
Well, that's a big word, infusion, right now with the taste changing, putting different tastes on a plate and all that.
Right.
Now, if you had somebody who was a rookie in the kitchen
Well, I may be a rookie in the kitchen, but I know food.
and she wants to be a professional, well, not a professional, well, I guess maybe.
No, not professional. I just want to be competent,
Right.
as opposed to the way I am now.
Okay, and you have limited time because you have a very busy schedule.
Right.
What kind of dishes would you recommend for today's society, women? I guess men too, right? Because guys also need to learn how to cook.
Well, predominantly I had a larger male audience than
female.
than female.
All the females gone to work, and all the guys are staying home eating
I
like
guess,
slobs.
I'm not sure, but it was really a lot of guys wanting to know how to cook because they couldn't even boil water. But a lot of females, needed to watch it because it was geared towards them. But I guess at the time, being that it was online and it was on social media, it was more of a male-dominated type of thing than it is today.
So if I were to say, what is the best dish you make?
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Yes, I make like traditional, authentic.
Why didn't you bring any lasagna?
Lasagna. I actually learned from one of the military spouses who was from Naples when I was stationed in Sigonella in Sicily. And I actually learned, I make it with the bechamel and the fresh tomato sauce and the fresh egg noodles. It's one of my key signature dishes. It's actually featured in the Stars and Stripes magazine.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. How is it difficult to make a lasagna?
No, it's pretty easy. The lasagna that I usually make is kind of simple. It's a couple of ingredients. If you can get the freshest ingredients possible,
Right.
going to I would say a Joseph Classic Market where they have really good food, you would go there and get your fresh mozzarella. They have it in the water. You would get your tomato sauce. Usually, if you can get a sauce that is made by San Marzano or someone that has really authentic tomatoes from Italy, or organic even, you can taste the difference.
And a lot of people nowadays are into putting different things on a plate that have different flavors and then fusing them, having that fusion type of scenario.
Sometimes you can overwhelm the palate if you have too many ingredients. You really want to stick with a salt to wake up the flavors that is already there. It's basically an enhancer. You want to have a good olive oil. Some onion and garlic is basic. Some basil is really all you need. And a good cheese, a good high-fat cheese is really, that's it.
That gives it all the taste in the world.
Yeah, and it's simple, but it's fresh. You can taste all the key elements that are in each bite.
Now, Debbie, what's your favorite dish? What is it you like?
Well, the thing is, I'm a vegetarian, so it makes it a little harder for me.
Just
So
no meat.
I would say, what would you put in place of the meat if I were to make it vegetarian style?
I would use a really hearty mushroom, like a
Oh.
portobello, and I would marinate the portobello mushroom in a marinade of some sort to give it the flavor that you really would look for. If you can get the bigger ones, like the big mushroom caps,
Right,
and
right.
leave them chunky so that you can kind of get that flavor in between as a meat bite.
I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
And it's funny because they have, I don't know if it's your video. Do you have videos on YouTube?
Yes.
I think they're putting up one of your videos up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we can see actually one of your shows when you were
That was a
cooking.
Thanksgiving episode, one of my popular. I think that video has like over 30,000 hits.
Well, there you have it. 30,000.
Wow.
Where's 30,000 hits?
Yeah,
That's you?
that's me.
There you go.
Well, whenever you cook without chemicals and fresh natural ingredients, I think that's really what makes it delicious.
Well, the natural stuff is really has a different taste to it. The only thing is it's tough to get natural. I know when we did the farmers market, Linda, the farmers market had all natural, right? I think so. There she goes. She's choking. I said her name and she choked. But you go down to the farmers market down in Hollywood,
Oh, yeah.
and you can pick up some nice stuff down there. So
She's cooking chicken.
That's turkey legs.
Turkey legs. Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, that's.
I
cute.
don't want to overwhelm my viewers. I want to keep it as basic as possible. And some people might find that an entire turkey is a bit daunting for their first family gathering. So I broke it down to parts. So I just did turkey legs and wings.
So,
Yeah.
so if we were to invite you to put together a reality show to do a cooking segment, maybe with a few people in the audience, and you can pick out and do that Betty Crockett deal, would you be up for doing
Rachel
something?
Ray,
I know.
Rachel
Oh, I
Ray.
love her.
And
Yeah.
that's Southern cooking, ain't it? Don't it?
she cooks everything.
Yeah,
Huh?
she's very diverse.
What would be your forte if you were to do a cooking show? Would it be Southern cooking? Would it be Northern cooking? Would it be Florida cooking? What would it be?
What
I
is
think
Florida
I-
cooking? Alligators?
Alligator and mushrooms.
That sounds. That sounds good.
Where are you eating?
That's
It's
what
an
you-
alligator. I'm
that's what-
thinking. I had
that's
that
for
in New
dinner
Orleans.
tonight.
I actually would consider myself more of a home cook. I feel like you want to bring the memories from your childhood back to the table, but I'm more of a neo soul cook. So I pretty much like to lighten it and make it a little bit more healthier than what we are traditionally used to eating growing up. Because of today's society, now we're doing a lot of healthy alternatives, and the way that, weight is an issue in our country now. Not so much in Europe where I lived. I mean, you can eat so much heavier creams and
Well, Europeans
cheese.
are known for their creams, no?
Right.
Yeah.
It's very, very
But you know
fat
what?
laden.
Because it's portion size. If you go to a restaurant in Europe, they don't serve you, giant size TGIF Friday size portions. They serve a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's really rich, but the portions are very controlled.
That's because
Yeah, but don't they eat like 5 times a day too? Or
Well, they
6
eat a
times
lot.
They eat a lot. They eat
and
all
they
day.
eat family style dining, so sometimes the portions might be small, but it's more self control. They eat to live. We live to eat. It's a difference.
that's right.
They have a lot of wine too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and the wine is free, and the water was $1 when I was in Europe. So I was drunk at 6 o'clock in the morning. But something that the bottom line is that if you eat proportionately, now you're thin for somebody who doesn't eat any meats. Red meats make you
I've
heavy
gained a little bit of weight in the last couple of years.
because you like the sweets.
No, it's just I'd say when my father passed away. Sorry to bring up such a morbid.
okay.
It
Yeah,
it
it has a little effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I need to get back to where I was.
Well, one of the things that Linda put us on was this green bean coffee extract thing that's going on. Was on
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Oz.
Dr.
and-
Oz. I saw that episode.
And we've taken it for a couple of days, and I feel like I'm burning up because it seems to take the sugar out of your blood.
Mm.
But I don't know if it's healthy because my blood sugar was pretty high. Well, we'll see what happens after a week. As the Dr. Santory tells me not to do anything for a week. Okay, so what is on in the future? What are we looking to be doing so?
Well, I love cooking, and it's always going to be something that is a passion of mine. I grew up around it. Generally, I've noticed that networks such as Food Network or any type of cooking channel is more geared today towards reality cooking.
Right.
So I have to kind of go back to the thinking cabinet and pull out a fast one and see what I can do to kind of keep up with the times and be more current. But my present project I'm working on is an entertainment news blog where I'm going to be basically like an entertainment reporter and just stating the facts or the rumors and see if I can wake up the dead, so to speak, of my fan base from the show that I had a couple years ago.
Now, your fan base was based on the cooking episodes, or are you going to do something in that field, or you just want to bring them back into...
I want to wake them up again, to let them know that I'm still working, that I'm still current. I actually left the show Housewife Cuisine to host a TV show actually called the Jewelry Channel. It's kind of like JTV or like a QVC, and the Liquidation Channel. So I actually had a great career with the economy. Things took a nosedive. So right now I'm trying to find something, not necessarily cooking, mainly because I don't want to have staff and a crew. It's expensive to have a cooking show. So I felt like the entertainment news blog is just me. I can do it by myself and kind of see if I can generate an audience. I just want to see if I still have it, pretty much.
Well, it's like a bicycle, honey. Once you get on that bike, you never forget how to ride a bike. So you want to get into doing more news
reporting
stuff
and news, for entertainment. I'm very interested in that.
We're doing a documentary on teachers from Florida, professors who give grades and mean-spirited, and they don't matter how good you did in school, you're gonna get an F no matter what.
Really?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
What planet are you from that
I
you're
just want
bringing things up?
I just want to see they're with us. See, they're with us at all. You got to sort of do this in this entertainment. All right.
How long have we been doing this?
888-565-1470 is the phone
Does
number.
that mean I could just talk about anything I feel like?
Today you can talk about anything you want.
Right, interrupt and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. The chef here, she's no longer the chef. We don't call you chef no more.
Yeah, I just go by Falan Taylor. That's pretty much, I'm the brand, the personality. It's my name. I'm not going to change it.
She's looking for news stories. She wants to be updated. Collins, it just came out. He's gay now, playing basketball.
I read that.
So
I kind of stay current. So I'm trying. That's what my.
Well, there you go. That's you have some dirt on somebody we should know.
No.
I heard a story about Obama on the air, but I don't want to bring it up until I can make it real.
Yeah, you have to make sure you check your sources before you start.
That's right.
Putting out their information and rumors.
Well, I'll give you another episode that happened today. I had the Boca Police involved because my son decides to take an exam and leaves the house at 9 o'clock, and he started a new job today at Hamlin Place of Boynton Beach. And he decides to let me know he'll be back at 12. And here it is, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, no phone call, no nothing.
Okay, hold on.
Excuse me, let me finish and then you can jump in.
All right.
So because everybody around me was acting like a nut.
Oh, yeah, everyone around.
I called the police, I called FAU campus. Everybody,
No
man.
one.
Everybody was calling me. Even my mother wanted to know where he was. I don't know where he is. He will call me. But it's not like him not to call.
Okay.
So I called the FBI and I called the CIA.
I was on America's Most Wanted for an hour.
Police department. So I have all of the security at FAU looking for this guy.
Aww.
And he walks in through the door.
So I took my exam. I left my phone at home because normally people text me or I'll get a phone call, and you can't do that during an exam.
Right.
And I rushed out of the house. I didn't think about it. I left. I thought it was not gonna be a big deal. I come home. I'll change. I'll go to work. No, I come home. I have 50 missed calls. I have helicopters circling the house. There's people looking for me. I was only gone for an hour, people. Okay.
But he's gone since 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I understand. I'm a parent,
but technically I was only missing.
Well,
for
I'm going to
an
have
hour.
a news reporter on the ground now. I'm going to follow you around.
I'm going to be on the case.
It was 1 hour.
It wasn't 1 hour. It was 4 hours.
1 hour late. That's all I was.
Yeah, but he was starting a new job, so psychologically, wouldn't you say, well, he's not going to miss his new job?
Well, I had a 2.5 hour exam to take, so I don't know.
Well, yours mind was on his studies, so
yeah,
let's give him a break.
I'm sure. What was her name?
My mind was melted by the time I left.
Yeah, I'm sure something.
I don't even know how I made it
Was
home.
it the teacher's fault? Wasn't she?
Yeah, the teacher was late, and it's.
Yeah, you know what? From now on, I'm going to find out who your professors are, because now I'm on a first name basis with FAU.
Yeah,
police.
he called the sheriff's department. Seriously, and I come home and he goes, "Oh, my son came home and he's talking to the detective," and I'm like, "Did you really call a detective for a person that was missing for an hour?"
4 hours.
I was missing 1 hour.
As you can tell, his mathematics is not his strong suit.
First of all, from 12 to 1 is 1 hour.
Oh gosh.
From 9, you left at 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
but I wasn't missing.
Anyway,
I was in class. You knew
You've
where I
been missing
was.
since birth. Anyway, moving on. So there you go. This is what I gotta live.
So
with.
this is why his mind is everywhere.
It's not that. I have that pill, the coffee bean thing. All right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we? It's 7:26. Why don't we take a break? and then we'll come back. We do something called He Said, She Said. You want to join in a little bit of that?
Sure, that'd be
It
great.
talks about different things that men and women think about. I don't know. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back on the other side.
Folks, when facing the decision to choose a nursing facility for yourself or a loved one, whether you're prepared for that or not, it can be one of today's most difficult decisions. When you, your spouse, or your parents need short-term rehabilitation after leaving a hospital or long-term care, choosing a facility for placement could be one of the most difficult choices you'll ever make. But it doesn't have to be. For such an important decision, what can help you the most is a provider that's always ready to give you the knowledge and trust you need to make informed choices with confidence and peace of mind. That's why you should call Hamlin Place of Boynton Beach at 561-582-3000. The friendly and professional staff at Hamlin Place are waiting now to help you make the best choice you can based on your loved one's individual needs. Just call 561-582-3000 and schedule a visit to Hamlin Place so you can learn about the many programs they have available. At Hamlin Place Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, they offer excellent courteous service and delicious nutritional meals in a clean, modern, and comfortable setting provided by their compassionate, caring staff of physicians, nurses, and therapists. Call Hamlin Place at 561-582-3000, where they can actively involve the family in the recovery process to restore the maximum level of independence in the shortest possible time. Call today, 561-582-3000, or come to Hamlin Place, where caring is our way of life.
Jeff DeForest for my good friends at Dynamic Surface Solutions. If you need anything covered, walls, floors, countertops, on any size job, only one place you need to call. Going to give you a personal cell phone of my good friend Freddie, who together with the lovely Rosemary has put together something really special at Dynamic Surface Solutions. 347-245-6012. Again, 347-245-6012. Dynamic Surface Solutions can handle any size job, and they feature new covering ideas and technology at a fraction of the price of other companies. Micro-thin porcelain, floor and wall coverings with a huge selection of tiles, granite, stone, whatever it is that you're looking for, they have it. And with their interior designers, they can take you from start to finish in no time flat. A beautiful job and even more attractive price. Dynamic Surface Solutions features never seen before granite tiles and furniture for commercial and residential jobs, and they can do it all. Call for a free estimate. Let Freddie and Rosemary turn what you have into a palatial look at unreal prices. Floor and wall covering jobs, whether it's a small bathroom at home or a giant mall, you're responsible for at incredible prices. At Dynamic Surface Solutions, 347-245-6012.
Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV.
Don't you tell me you're full, just eat it, eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it. Have some more chicken, have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Just eat it, just eat it, just
Me?
eat it.
So you have a fan.
Oh wow.
And
And you have a fan.
what
Oh,
was
well,
that?
that
What
was
was that
so
song that
long
we
ago.
had?
Well, who was that?
Who was it?
Oh, that's is he still alive? Is he?
That was good.
You never heard that before?
No,
Yeah, he made fun of a lot of Michael Jackson and a few others, right?
but that's a good segue.
Guess. So there you go. You got a fan on the internet that wrote in,
Oh, that's awesome.
and
Thanks.
you helped her become a better cook. Did you get a name?
I have to go back with my glasses.
I have a question. Are you
yeah.
planning to do more webisodes?
For cooking?
Yeah.
I would like to. Ideally, I would. It's my first love, and I've actually been more formally trained since those airings. That was before culinary school, before anything. It was more raw. So I'm more developed today.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Well, at least you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
If the calling for a cooking show came, would you do it?
Absolutely. It's been my dream for 10 years. So, yeah.
That's interesting. Anyway, I
What
want.
about Iron Chef? Can
Yeah, we put you on the Iron Chef show.
I've actually sent out some auditions for various shows. It's a me plus 1,000 other people or more.
Man, you
so-
gotta have some friends in real low place. I mean, real high places to get you into
Yeah.
these places.
I
Maybe
guess
we'll start
so.
a Facebook page and get a lot of likes.
Yeah,
Aw.
illegally. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Did you see Melissa McCarthy on Saturday Night Live?
No, I did
Where
not.
she tried to get on that cooking show and to win about the ham. It was so funny. It was really good.
Well, we know somebody who was on a cooking show, and she had a restaurant started out of the back of a truck,
Oh, wow.
and she blew up, and then she parked the truck on this lot, and she made the lot the restaurant, and she put umbrellas and pavers and all this, but the truck was the kitchen, and she took out the back, she broke it, she took it out, and she made the restaurant part of the truck part of the restaurant, and she sold it that way for
That's
a lot
awesome.
of money.
Wow.
Very ingenious.
Where was that?
Where was that, Linda? Where she has a restaurant now in Boynton. That's her new place.
Oh, so it was a local lady.
Yeah.
Little house.
Where was
The Little House. What was the original Little House? The owner. The first restaurant she had. Little House was the one she has now.
Oh no, something Havana.
Yeah, Little Havana.
Little Havana, and she blew up, and it's a lot of work though. A lot of
That's
work.
the one thing I miss about New York. The food.
You know, she's from New York.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
It says so. On
You read it.
yeah.
From Harlem.
Yes, from Harlem.
I read that.
I told her that I used to be a congressional aide for Charlie Rangel, 125th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she went to
we're all
Spelman.
New Yorkers
I went to
here.
Cardinal Spellman in the Bronx. Yeah.
She went to Spelman, which was a very nice facility.
Mhm.
All right, let's do a
Where
little.
did you go to high school, Freddie?
I went to San Antonio Abad in Puerto Rico.
Oh, so you didn't
Oh,
go to high
wow.
school in New
I
York?
went to DeWitt Clinton for 1 year, but I got a raw deal. I got the grades to go to Bronx High School of Science, and it was between me and a kid named Frank Gonzalez. I'll never forget this. And my parents were on one side of the room, and he was on the other side of the room. My parents didn't know any English, and his parents had suits because they worked for the Board of Education. And my grades were better, much better than his. But his parents worked for the Board of Ed. So what they did was they sent him to Bronx High School of Science,
Mm.
and they sent me to DeWitt Clinton Public School for the governors in their internship. I had a job and all this, and I was so disappointed with it. I left. I went to Puerto Rico to a private school, and the rest was history. But I should have gone to Bronx High School of Science.
My dad went to Stuyvesant.
Oh, I heard.
Top of the line
Yeah.
in my day.
Yeah.
Stuyvesant.
I remember.
It was right up there with Bronx High School of Science and Brooklyn Tech.
There's the man.
There's John.
Yeah.
John, we're teaching you lady here how to cook. There you go.
The man, the myth, the legend.
There you go. I have a shirt like that.
I would even actually host a cooking show.
Really.
You would host it?
I would host one.
See, here's the problem
so
in my
I'm
house.
all right with that.
The problem in my house is I'm a vegetarian.
And he is.
My son is a picky eater. You know, I'd have to make 4 different meals every night.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
what-
that's the issue.
That's what a good cooker does.
No, but that's a short order cook.
No. What you do is you take one principal dish and then you separate it. You make one without the meat. My mother used to do this. She used to make one dish with the meat. The main dish was the one that some of us didn't like or we didn't eat.
Mhm.
And then you take from that. My mother used to buy a steak this big. And then she used to hit it with a hammer and make it this big and flat.
Yeah.
And then she dumped all this stuff on it. So you thought you were getting a big piece of steak. If you look at the steak, it was maybe this big.
Then
That's it. But you got a lot of junk on it. You got a lot of rice, a lot of beans. You know, that's why I'm a diabetic today. But
From
anyway,
rice
thank
and
you, Mom. I
beans?
love
that,
you.
That didn't make you a diabetic.
White rice, it spikes your sugar.
Well,
starchy.
And it's not just
Right?
a little bit of white rice.
oh, well, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
How is your
Mountains.
mother, by the way?
My mother's doing fantastic. She had breast cancer surgery.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
They removed some lumps, and but they got it in time, and she's doing good. And she's gonna start the therapy in 3 weeks. And I spoke to her yesterday, and she's all worried because she thought something happened to Mr. Egghead here. Other than that, she's doing really well.
So you called your mother and worried her because he was an hour
No,
late?
my mother called me. My mother called me. My mother
I
has.
doubt that.
Well, you can ask her when we leave. My mother called me. She says, "Where's Freddie?" I go, "What? I mean, where's Freddie? I don't know." She says, "Well, something's going on. What's going on?" I says, "I don't know. I mean, mother's 82 years of age. What am I going to tell her? Mom, you out of your mind?"
She's in basically a different country.
She says, "You call me." She says, "You call me as soon as he gets in." So, anyway, we have a segment called "He Said, She Said,"
Okay.
and what we do in this segment is that we put questions out there,
Mhm.
and there are 2 women, 3 women, and there's a whole bunch of guys, and everybody kicks in their take on a subject.
Okay.
All right. So one of the things that I was in the food business, one of the questions that I was thinking was who's doing more of the cooking, the males or the females in a relationship? But I think you answered that where you have more males coming to the forefront, right?
Yes, from what I've experienced personally, I can say that more men are cooking today than I think the women just are not interested. They want to work and be wine and dined, and they don't want to get in the kitchen to get dirty anymore.
Well,
It's a lost art.
Is it sexy to know how to cook? That's my first.
For a man or a woman?
For men.
Both.
For men.
I always say yes.
It would be nice to know how to cook, and I just put so much emphasis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
in
I didn't
my
mean that
other-
personally towards you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm just asking in general. Is it a sexy thing for men or women to cook?
I think it's sexy to make reservations. I don't know.
Does John cook?
The basics,
Meatballs and a hamburger?
I've known him for a long time, and I've asked for one gourmet meal. He got one gourmet meal out of me a long time ago, and I'm waiting for mine, and I still haven't gotten it.
Aw.
Well, tonight you're gonna get it. That's for sure. Yeah.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to know what you think for a first date if a man or a woman were to invite you to their house and cooked for you. What would you think?
I think
is that
that's
too forward or is that romantic and
For
nice?
me,
But
I
for a
think-
first date.
I think first day. I think you gotta have a lot of confidence to do that. But if you can, I don't find anything wrong with it. As a matter of fact, when I was dating, Linda, because I don't date anymore. But when I was dating,
At least that's what he says on the radio.
no, that's what I used to do. I used to meet somebody,
Mhm.
and I used to say, your name, the whole BS, and then I used to say, let me ask you a question. Has anybody ever made a gourmet meal for you?
I hope John's listening.
And they would say, no, they haven't. Why? Are you planning to? I says, absolutely. And it was the best. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, is it sexy to cook? Is it deemed as a sexy?
In that way, it is. Yes. What did you make?
Well, I can cook. I don't have a problem making up stuff. I used to call my mother and say, Mom, how do I put this together? And she used to tell me 2 minutes. This is the way you do it. But I've learned. I think it's important that everybody know how to cook.
Well,
a little.
look, I know how to cook. I just don't want to. That's the difference.
That's a big difference.
Yes, it is. If you
Well-
have no passion behind it, it'll show in your food.
Right. I mean, every now and then I'll get, some sort of energy to cook something,
What
but
about holidays?
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. But, I work and I'm busy and I have so many other things going on.
But don't you
You gotta
find
eat.
don't you find cooking to be like relieves your stress?
Oh, absolutely not.
Some
Yeah,
people
it's-
feel
no.
it's too meticulous and calculating, so
You know what I don't like
stressful.
about cooking? Not cooking itself, the cleaning up. If I had someone to clean up, then I wouldn't mind cooking and do the shopping. Getting the ingredients and cleaning up. That's the issue.
That's a good
I
issue.
love that.
Well, the
part.
rule in Tampa, you can ask Gio, the cook doesn't clean. So whoever eats cleans.
Technically,
So just because you cook doesn't mean you have to clean.
Listen, there are people which shall remain nameless that cooking has to be done a certain way,
yeah.
which is I never heard of that.
Is that person here in this room?
I'm not saying anything. But there are certain things that you have to clean up a certain way. Like there are certain pots that have been in the family for over 300 years. And they have to be handled a certain way. And there are things that have to be dried. And then there are things that you can't use a scouring pad. I mean, there are different ways. So can you imagine? That's the cleaning aspect.
You should have a rule board over the sink. So
No,
you
you
don't
have
make
to
a
learn.
mistake.
It's like anything else. You learn. You learn how to do what you got to do to get it done. Now, the other question I have is, the person that cooks, do they have the upper hand in a relationship?
Oh no,
No,
no.
I don't think so. I think if you're in a partnership with someone, you both bring something to the table, and it might be one is the cook or the dominating one for finances. So it just depends.
Yeah, but if you cook something and the person tells you, this stinks.
Oh, I had that happen.
Oh, really?
Oh, I dated a guy
think
and he
we've all
said
had
he said it was all right. I've eaten at the finest places, and all
I
I
wouldn't
do
cook
is
for
go.
that person.
I didn't. I said, you know, I'm not going to cook anymore because it's hurtful. Because I know so many people that would be so gracious
I'm gonna teach you a trick.
to have that. I'm like, I'm not going to cook anything. You can eat McDonald's.
I'm gonna teach you a trick.
Yeah.
When people do that to you, you set a table with candles and you get fresh flowers and you do the whole nine, right?
Okay.
And you have a plate over here and a plate over here, right?
Mhm.
And all the food goes to one plate. So when they go, excuse me, yeah, you're excused because
Give
you
them
ain't
a
getting no
pack of-
food. That's right. You remember when you say you ain't eating it? Well, you ain't getting it, so you ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
And they'll
it's
say, but why'd you
sad.
set the table? It says, so you know what one feels.
That's good.
That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Did you
So-
ever do that?
I have been known in the past to have played that card.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one thing is that you try and it's bad. And one thing is you don't really try and then it's not bad. That's why I ask. Now, another question I have is, if you have somebody who's a cook, a chef,
Mhm.
and you're in a relationship, is it very difficult because, you know, you get a person that doesn't know how to cook and they know how to make a sandwich and burn that? Does it make the relationship strenuous?
I can speak from experience with that. I dated a guy that would only eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Good food.
That's all he ever ate. And while I dated him, he and I tried to teach him. I would come over and be like his personal chef. I would cook for him for the whole week so he can have lunch and dinner while I was working because I worked a lot. After we ended our relationship, he cooks and posts his photos online, and I'm like, dude, you didn't cook when we were dating at all. So someone else is getting the credit. So it's so annoying. It is, but it's funny, and it happens.
Well, what about you, young man? Do you think that you're gonna learn how to cook? Now, I heard a rumor.
What do you mean learn?
I heard a rumor
I
that
know.
you know how to cook.
I do.
And in the year that I ain't never seen you cook.
Wait a minute. I made you guys dinner before.
When? When?
I have.
No.
I
I
was
put
in
things
Tampa.
together.
2 against 1.
You put things together. You put a plate and a fork and a knife together. I don't make a meal.
I've given you dinner before.
You've given me dinner? You bought McDonald's for me.
No, I have. You just don't remember.
You're right.
But I do know how to cook.
Okay.
It's not that hard. And
What's your favorite
My favorite
to cook?
My favorite to cook would probably be fettuccine alfredo.
Okay.
It's simple. It was the first thing I learned how to do in cooking class at school in high school.
Traditional Alfredo or from the jar?
No, well,
A jar, honey. He's
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
it can, I
Throw
can
it
do
in a
either
jar
one.
and
It
say, "Look, I
depends.
made
It
it
depends on
myself."
the
Juice the
time.
cream and okay.
I've done that.
So if I gave you like a week, can you do this?
I just need. I could do it in a day. I just need to buy the ingredients.
Oh my goodness! I think there's a battle going on here.
No, there'll be no battle.
You know, we should do. Oh no, it's not fair because you're a cook. See, you could
No,
be the
see,
referee.
Yeah, I can judge. How
You
about
know what
that?
I can cook really well? A really good tomato sauce from scratch.
Okay, see
I
that's
can-
So you
that's-
can make meatballs and spaghetti.
Well, not meatballs, but you know,
can make the sauce.
Well, we'll get the
from
view. Well, you
scratch.
can
It cooks for
probably
2.5 hours.
a perfect eggplant parmesan. Then that's
See, but I don't know how to make the eggplant.
Oh, the
I don't
eggplant's
even know how to
easy.
choose an eggplant because I know there are bad eggplants and good eggplants. And
You can ask your local grocer to help you choose a better eggplant, but generally, if it's blemish free and it's firm,
really, and
Yeah.
they're not bitter.
I mean, you have to drain the excess moisture out of it before you fry it. Some people don't. It just depends. I guess it depends on the person, on the technique, but it's really not difficult.
I think we should bring our cameras to your house.
Yeah,
and
we should
she'll
do
teach
that.
you how to cook, and we should film.
What
it.
was the vegetable you went shopping for the other day, and you don't know how to look for it, but people were asking you anyway?
Corn on the cob.
corn
the
on
white
the cob.
corn.
How do you pick out corn?
There's heavy water in the stalk. Hey, listen, I'm standing there minding my own business. And this lady, I'm picking corn for her. She only likes the white ones. So I'm giving her the white ones. And I'm getting them like this because they had like a lot of water at the bottom.
Okay.
I'm opening from the bottom. She says, no, you open it from the top. So it goes to show you, do I know a corn? No, not at all. But I have this lady come on and says, I see that you're an expert at picking corn. Can you pick corn for me too?
Aw.
So what was I gonna do? Tell her no? I picked like 4 or 5 corns, says, hey, have a nice day, and walked away. I mean, this is like the story of my life.
Did she tip you at least?
No, then she wanted me to go pick meat. So I says, no, I gotta go, lady. It's the end of this.
That's so funny.
But you know, it goes to show you, people, if you act like you know what you're doing, you'll get ahead in life, right?
Yeah, it's just some tips that
Or
you
you'll
can
pick corn for an old lady.
Hey, listen, it was
Yeah.
a pleasure. But that's what we should do. Turn on some cameras. She'll teach you how to cook. We'll do a set.
Yeah, we can do the eggplant parmesan. We'll do the whole
You know,
thing.
that is my favorite dish, actually.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we should do it.
And
I'm
then
down.
you'll cook it, though. She'll teach, she'll
I'll stand
guide
over
you.
you. Yeah.
If I could make a good eggplant parm, I'd be very happy.
Well, then we give it to the fellas over here, and they can try it, and then you'll be a superstar.
That's right.
You know, and then you'll go. Cooking is contagious. You know, I remember when they were babies, I had to learn how to cook. 'Cause I stood home and show how to go to work.
I had
She
to
couldn't
learn
stay
too.
home.
It was my mom used to dominate the kitchen and never let me in there. So when I got married at 16, so I had to learn. So I started watching all this Food Network shows and Rachel Ray and everything, and I was trying to like all the cookbooks, and I'm pretty much mostly self-taught. And I took it to a whole other level, and there was a lot of bombs. I threw a lot of dishes in the trash.
You remember making the smaller dishes because you were afraid it wasn't going to taste good? Then
No,
when people came home, they said, well, that's enough for one person.
I made spaghetti, my first dish for my then fiance, and I didn't add the tomato sauce. I couldn't find it in the kitchen, so I'm in the kitchen looking in his refrigerator and like squirting ketchup into the meat because I'm like, oh my god, where's the sauce? Where's the sauce? Like I'm panicking, and lo and behold, right before I came out to serve him, he comes in the kitchen and he's like, "Are you all right?" Because like the kitchen's like a disaster, a war zone, and I told him, I said, I'm on my way out right now. And I looked behind the paper towels and there was a pasta sauce. I hurried up and threw it on the plate. I was mixing it up. It was all cold. But I was so nervous because it was one of the age-old adage of, you know, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's what I was taught. So I tried
Is that
to...
true?
I believe so. Yeah. I do. And it worked for me. I got the ring put on it. So, hey.
So there you have it.
Well, I guess I'm loved for a different reason because I don't.
Well, they love you because they love you, and you can't cook. You're a lousy cook.
No. It's not that I can't cook. That's not. No,
I mean, you desire not to cook.
Right.
You know, but you're an intelligent person, and you can make that decision. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
It's like the Seinfeld episode. I choose not to run.
That's right. I can run, but I choose not to. But that's good.
Like I said, if I had a personal shopper and a cleaner-upper, I could do the cooking.
Cleaner-upper?
A cleaner-upper, a personal shopper, and if I had a money tree in the backyard, my life would be complete.
That's right.
Unbelievable. And do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Sisters?
I have a brother.
A brother. No sisters?
No sisters.
Maybe that's the difference. I have a sister, and my sister cooked everything. And Mimi, I love you, but she was a lousy cook. She's gotten better now.
Is she listening?
Probably. No, probably.
My 8-year-old can cook. I actually have a video online of her flipping her first egg. She made an egg over easy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm teaching her now. I just think it's so imperative for a woman to know how to cook. It's a little wild card you can put in your back pocket.
It's imperative for men to know how to cook, too. This guy says he can cook, so I'm not worried about it. And Gio can cook, right?
Gio, can you cook? I don't.
But you saw him. You guys used to cook a lot in Tampa.
Together? Yeah, we made a lot of sandwiches.
The American treat, the sandwich. So you eat no meat at all, Debbie?
None.
How long have you been vegetarian?
Always. It's funny.
Really?
My mother was pregnant with me, and she's a big meat eater, but she could not stand the smell of chicken when she was pregnant with me. It made her sick. And for some reason, the smell of chicken just makes me sick. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
And let me ask you, you eat fish?
No.
No fish.
So you're a true...
So you eat no fish, no chicken, no meat.
Correct.
And my goodness gracious. So when was the last time you had a piece of meat?
Well, you know what? I lied. I will have a filet mignon
Here we go.
occasionally.
Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. All right, that's it. That's
You're not
boy.
vegetarian.
No.
This is like a selective.
The show is over. People go home.
This show is like out of
Like
control.
only at one restaurant, and the way
All
they
right, so
cook
you
it.
only a vegetarian
Where is it?
everywhere else except this one
do I want to
restaurant.
give them free advertising?
Oh, okay.
You know
It's-
something? After what you putting
Okay.
us through, why not?
At the Japan Inn in Weston.
Oh,
Okay.
All right, that's where I'll eat the filet mignon. You know, the hibachi.
Oh, okay.
I
steak.
see. So
That's-
you're
that's so funny.
You're a vegetarian until you hit that place.
Until you go there.
And even then, sometimes I don't eat it there. Occasionally, like if I feel I need meat, you know, if I'm weak or
Protein?
something, you know, protein, I'll eat it.
Do you had tofu and all that
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
What's that other?
I love tofu.
what's
People
that
don't
food?
like it, but you can do so many great things
It's
with
the worst thing in
tofu.
the world. I can't.
No, it's not.
It tastes like paste.
Well, alone it
Alone.
does.
Tofu is like paste in a
but-
You
can.
have to work it.
Work it. There's
You
no
have to work
work in
it.
tofu, honey. You just keep chewing.
No.
Blow a
There's.
bubble and there you go.
You can even make a good tofu lasagna.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a
A
good
dish of
marinade or
that
fried.
stuff.
Just the word tofu.
I know.
Lasagna does not sound good.
Stinky toe cheese. Listen, what's the name of that? What's the name of that other stuff that they make? Biner, Beaner, Boonie, that food line that has no meat in it either.
Oh, like instead of turducken, it's tofurkey.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Have you
I've
ever
never
had that?
No.
Tofurkey.
No, because I had a
You'll become a vet. You'll become a meat eater in an instant if you had any of that stuff.
Never. I was getting dog food for my dog, and I saw this turducken. I'm like, what the heck is turducken? And it was
Oh, yeah.
explained to me what turducken is. So then I went to Publix, and I saw tofurkey, and I'm like, what are these foods? You know?
They have the turducken there too. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, the idea of turkey, a duck, and a chicken together is just, you know,
A
unfathomably
turkey,
gross.
a duck, and a chicken
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a can.
And it anyway.
They're stuffed inside of each cavity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've cooked with this before?
I've seen it.
What's the
I'm not
strangest plate you've ever made?
pigeon.
Pigeon.
All right, we're definitely going home.
How do you eat a pigeon?
That's New York City. That's
Is that what you did? You caught a pigeon in New York
It was
City?
in Italy.
New York City.
you go out on the windowsill, you collect
I
a
thought
few
a pigeon
pigeons,
was just
fry it up.
feathers. I didn't even know
I'm
there's
sorry,
meat
but
in
that
it.
was the strangest thing. It was pigeon and horse.
Horse I
Now,
had.
if someone
In Italy.
if someone brings
Pigeon?
a whole fish to a table in a restaurant, I have to leave
If they bring a whole
With the
what?
head on.
with the head
yeah.
and the fins and
A
the
whole what?
That's how I feel about
Have
duck
you
with
ever
the head.
have you
I
ever
can't.
seen where they serve the
Or
whole
pig.
fish?
Yeah.
I used to kill pigs when I was a kid. I used to catch the blood.
Well, John's mother has a story. What does she eat, John? Lamb's heads?
Oh yeah, you eat the eyeballs.
the cheek.
The whole head.
The
He said
tongue.
he would open up the oven in his house and he'd see these heads staring at him.
Yeah, I seen a lot of that in Europe. I saw.
Lord
it.
of the Flies.
Well, that's their country. That's what they eat over there. So.
What country's John from?
Well, his grandparents are Albanian.
Oh, okay, yeah, a lot of lamb.
Yeah.
When I was in Greece, I ate a lot of lamb.
The lamb intestine, what's that called? Haggis or?
John, what did your grandparents eat? What lamb intestines or
Everything. He's just
Everything?
the hoofs, everything.
Oh.
Hoofs a la carte. How would you like to cook in that room?
Oh gosh.
But
no.
seriously, if they bring a whole fish to a table,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes me sick, and I have to leave, and I cannot deal with that.
So let me get this right. You say that they are finicky eaters. You're the biggest finicky eater. No eyeball.
No. I'm
No
not
head.
a
How
finicky
did it
eater. Just
walk?
no animals. Nothing that walks, swims, flies. Nothing.
Oh,
of that.
honey, what's left? Grass, dirt,
All right, so you're almost vegan.
Tofu.
vegan.
No, I'm not a
Almost-
vegan because
no.
I'll eat dairy.
Okay.
Oh, vegan doesn't eat dairy?
No, they don't have any.
But actually, a vegan is a very healthy lifestyle if you
It
do
is,
it
but
right.
It's horrible food.
It's
No,
hard.
it's delicious.
I did it for 3 months just.
Why would you do something? Are you bored?
But when you become.
Why would you hurt yourself?
Why would you do that? Well, you know.
Were you like in a rubber
try-
room when you did that?
You know, you try all the fads when you are a chef. You do the gluten free, you do the vegetarian, you do,
yeah.
you know, you do everything because you want to.
cook that way to, you know,
For
to
you,
know what
yeah,
it's gonna taste like.
if you want to broaden your horizon to be able to get work, I was working as a personal chef. That's pretty much what I started as. So, in order to get clientele and not be biased, I did the gluten free for a couple months. I do it so that I know what is appeasing to me, so I can make your life easier. I can't come to you and cook vegetarian for you if I've never eaten vegetarian?
A personal chef, that would be ideal.
I have an idea. I have a show that I wanted to do. You know how people have book clubs?
Yes.
And they read books from all over the country that are, different type of countries, Greece and things, and they meet and they talk about the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about this 2 or 3 years ago where you hire somebody who cooks from the foods from that country.
Mm-hmm.
You do that? Oh, that book club does that. See, but you don't have a chef doing it. Oh, you have a chef? Well, there you
That's
go.
awesome.
Well, you guys are ahead of the curve.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. We have to put down and put a little ad and says if
You
you
should
have a
have
book
one for
club.
vegetarian.
We have 1 minute.
You have 1 minute? Wow, that was fast.
I know.
Did you guys speed up the clock?
No, I think that green tea stuff that you're taking.
I'm gonna bring everybody some of that. But all right, so we done.
Yeah.
Howard Jones had a great vegetarian restaurant. Remember the singer Howard Jones in
who's
New
Howard
York
Jones?
City? No one
Tom
is to
Jones'
blame.
brother?
No. He was a British singer in the 80s.
Oh, uh-huh.
Such good vegetarian cooking. Mm.
All
He
right.
wasn't a great singer then.
All right, listen. I want to tell. I guess do we call you Chef Taylor?
Just call
or
me Falan Taylor.
Fallon. I
Yeah.
was trying to get around the word Fallon.
But
Why?
You said it. You said
Yeah,
it.
because you just said it. Because I can't remember names.
It's like
Fallon
Jimmy
Taylor.
Fallon, but
Come in.
Fallon.
Do you have a number where people could reach you?
Yes, it's 305. I forgot my own number. It's on my website. So
What's the name of the
remember
website?
it. It's on ishopwithfallon.com, so you can go there.
Wait, slow that down.
ishopwithfallon.com.
Okay.
And you can also find me on Facebook at official Falan Taylor.
There you go. Good to
Yeah.
have you here. Thank you for coming down.
Thank
As
you.
always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Linda, you didn't do nothing tonight, but thank you for being in the audience.
Never mind. I guess the show's over.
We're leaving. Say
Yeah.
goodbye, Ali.
Go home.
That's
Debbie,
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Go home.
That's right. We took a break from the norm this week. I know that alimony reform has a lot going on, and hopefully we
we're
get some good
waiting
news.
for the governor's signature. Right
But we
now.
got to keep putting pressure on there. Keep calling. Tie up those lines. Do not let it go. All right, very good. Gentlemen, thank you. Great job back there. And you know what? Be safe. We'll see you next week. And we out of here.